Hi guys. Hi my loves. Hold on. I'm gonna actually I have to scoot back a little bit. Okay. So I love you guys so much. Hello. So I feel like I have never really done an actual proper introduction to my YouTube, so I'm gonna start doing that now. But I've got the thing on my phone. Look how fucked up my phone is. Shh. We ain't talking about that. Today what we're talking about is actually how to raise a child. Period. And I feel like with Valentine's Day coming up and everybody, on love like highly, I feel like our biggest loves in this world is our children. So like this is perfect. And that's why I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, most off because of the history, but and the origin of it, and also just because it's once a year, and my love is endless, timeless, timeless. So it's eternal. But anyways, sorry, I just want to fluff my hair up a little bit because it's finally starting to dry. I got distracted on my Instagram looking at older videos of me. It was so cute. Like, I'm so cute, guys. Love me. Anyways, so whatchamacallit? Love me so bad. But okay. I'm getting zoned out just thinking. But so I'm Emma Rose Sauce Pooka. Okay. And welcome to Pookadook's Paradox. Yes, guys. Oh my gosh. And my gosh, this is my third podcast. And like the first official one for real, because I didn't really do much on those other ones. But anyways. So yeah, I want a cute little intro though. Like something with like I'm gonna eventually make it, but it's gonna be like a little phoenix rising from ashes, going across Pookadook's Paradox and setting it on fire, and then it turns to ash and falls, and then just a little kiss, like cute lips, the whatchamacallit, the like 2000 looking lips. Oh yeah, and it's Tuesday today. Happy Tuesday. And it's about to be the beginning of spring, which is in like 7 days or 6. I forgot the date. But anyways, it's the lunar new year. That's the real new year. So New Year's about to start. Spring is about to start. Like, that's my season. That's my favorite season. I'm so excited, guys. I hope it's getting warmer outside. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's still fucking snow in certain patches. So I don't believe that too much then. But anyway, so yeah. The little lips coming in and giving a kiss, a smooch, and then it back to me. That's my podcast. What I want my podcast intro to be. Y'all could tell and see on some other my videos that I'll be switching it up, and I've been trying to make a aesthetic for my intros, because like I really like a camera vibe, like 2000s vibe, TV vibe, know what I'm saying? But eventually, it's 4:11 on the clock right now and 3:55 on my time for recording. So anyways, let's get into it without further ado. So how to raise a child, parenthood. So I got principles, must-haves, and disappointments and disgrace. Let me stop, y'all. I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm not doing all that. But how to raise a child does not just have to do with you having a child. This is also part of you learning how to raise and love your inner child as well. So it's not just about if you have children. This is also about how to raise your inner child, just how to raise a child, period. And so for principles, I would say, how many principles are there? I'm just going to start talking and we'll see at the end how many principles I say there are. So I say, see, yes, what I said like right there, I say, this is my personal opinion on how to raise a child. You do not have to agree. You can disagree. I'm always going to talk about controversial topics and things of the sorts. I'm gonna close the door so I get more privacy. But okay, so first off, unconditional love. That is a must-have for raising a child, for loving your inner child. Unconditional love. And let me break down what unconditional love accounts for, because yes, it is said to be natural for a parent to have unconditional love for their child, but do you express that unconditional love? That is the question. That is the concern there. Okay? Unconditional love. No matter who or what they are as a person, you love them. You can't help but love them. Every little thing about them. Nothing could be so shameful that it would stop the love for them. It would just make concern for them. No matter what. No matter what. You just always love them. No matter what. They could probably be the worst person on the entire planet, in whatever terms that is to you. But you still love them no matter what. And if you truly, like, you know, unconditionally love them, then you would always want the best for them. And it's not about... Unknown caller. Hello. Okay. And it's not about what you would call it. It's not about your personal beliefs, your personal like vendetta, your personal like wants for your child. For real, it's about what makes them happiest and like the best person they can be, I guess. Like for real. But yeah. So yeah, unconditional love, like that's my biggest thing right there. Unconditional love. Another principle would be teaching them, okay? Because it's not about forcing your beliefs on a child. It's about explaining history, telling them things. You know, whenever they ask a question, don't shut it down. Answer it. It's to the best of your abilities. If you don't have an answer for it, always tell them research. That's a biggest principle right there, is teach them how to have discernment and how to research for themselves, because they can't always ask a person something and they know the answer. It may not always be the answer they were looking for. It may not even always be the answer, the answer that they were looking for. Because sometimes we only know so much. As people, we can only know so much. Like I said on my Instagram, people who are really considered smart are people who know that they don't know everything. Because there's a lot of things in life that aren't explained. There's a lot of things in life that we just don't know. There's a lot of things in life that we might never know. And there's a lot of things in life that are able to be learned, but it's just so much that it's like, you can't know all of it. You can know a lot of it. You can be very wise, but that does not mean that you know everything in life. So if you believe and say that you know everything and that you really like, you know all that shit, you bossed up and stuff, I take it with a grain of salt. I only listen to people who say they don't know everything, because I'm like, okay, well then teach me what you do know, because you know what I'm saying. Another principle I would say is respect. When you raise a child, not only that, you are the example. So if you want them to show you respect, if you want them to know manners, if you want them to anything, not anything, point blank period, you are the representation. You could tell them and teach them all the fuck you want, but if you ain't showing up as that, they're only going to learn half of what you said. They're learning, literally, for real, for using percentages, they're learning 20% of what the fuck you said and 80% of what they see out of you. So, excuse my language, because it's very hard for me not to cuss, but I'm trying. I'm going to start saying trucker or something. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. You don't know what the hawk... You don't know what the hawk you doing? Then I can't, bro. It's so hard not to cuss, bro. I'm like, I need substitute words or something. But seriously though, yeah, monkey see, monkey do. That was like the biggest, most serious saying I've ever heard. Seriously. Because literally, your children monkey see, monkey do. And it's funny because I have a stuffed monkey right here on the floor. It's Murphy's toy. But yeah, that's like a big thing right there. And I remember I actually follow somebody on Instagram who talks about stuff like this, like, and she be hitting points every single time. I'm like, damn, clock it, clock it, clock it, clock it. But okay, not only that, not only those two things, but expressing your love, because no matter how much you feel your love for someone, it's not always that they can know that love if they don't hear it, feel it, see it. Expressing that love in every fucking way possible. Gosh, I just don't know how to stop cussing. In every way possible that you could possibly think of, like, express that love. Because everybody in life needs reassurance. It's just like a, you know, we all can have a deep knowing, but even in that knowing, sometimes we just need a little bit of reassurance. And that's why I'm so grateful for everything, because I'm so grateful to have that reassurance. Maybe not with my mother, but I'm happy I had it with my father. I'm happy to have it with my life, which shows up in my life. I get so much reassurance, and it's like being grateful and paying attention to those things to be grateful for is such a big thing. And not only that, when teaching your kids, when raising a child, not diminishing their light and their beliefs because you don't believe that, because that's too bizarre for you, because that's so different. I say nurture everything that they are. Nurturing. That's the biggest thing with raising a child, is nurturing. Nurture them in every way possible that you could possibly think of. Like, honestly, if it's not a harmful thought that would hurt them, seriously, and it's not just because you believe that it would hurt them, like you actually know it's gonna hurt them. Like, yeah. Because believing and knowing are two different things to me. Truly. Truly. Because when you, I don't even know how to explain that. When you know something, there is nothing in this world that could go against that, because it's a knowing. When you believe something, though, that belief can always be changed. But a knowing that I have 10 fingers, I don't believe I have 10 fingers. I know I have 10 fingers. Like, you know. Anyways, so there's a big difference. So, like, yeah, honestly. And then also, this is such an important time to talk about raising children as well, because of what we are hearing about what's happening to children with the government. So, like, please, like, I don't know. You can never be a perfect person or a perfect parent. There's no such thing. Just simply showing up to the best of your abilities and being there for your child as much as possible, and being able to protect your child as much as possible, because you can't protect them from everything. Sometimes trying to protect a child too much becomes sheltering, and that's different. Helicoptering and protecting are two different things. Like, you still need to give them the room and space to express themselves, but be able to be there to protect them. Y'all know how dogs be? They just be there. They don't bother you or nothing, but as soon as something that look dangerous come up, they start getting on 10 toes. Yeah. Nobody wants to call a parent a dog, but sometimes we may need to take some notes from dogs, because shit. Shit. But anyway, so this also goes for yourself. Loving yourself unconditionally. Sometimes you got to teach yourself. Sometimes you just got to, protect yourself from things that are going to harm you. And mindsets, people, anything. Because there are mindsets that can hurt you. And as we're all like a collective consciousness, and we're all pretty much awakening, especially with all this news coming out, it's like knowing those harmful mindsets. Lack, that's a harmful mindset. Ungratefulness, that's a harmful mindset. Jealousy, that's a harmful mindset, because when you are jealous of someone, you're showing to yourself and the world that someone has something that you don't have, rather than knowing that you have that, believing and knowing that you have that in yourself. So that's why jealousy is not good, but I understand where it comes from. It's a deep insecurity. Okay. But oh, confirmation. But let me think of what else, because there's just like, there's so many things, and it's just like always having an open ear for a child. And that means for yourself too. Again, this is inner child and children that you may have, because this applies to every single person. It's not just parents. This also applies to people just themselves, for themselves. This is like, you know, really mandatory. But again, it's just my personal opinion and what I notice feels right to my inner child and every child I've ever come across. I love children. Like, and with the times going on, that shit sounds very sketch. Like, I'm scared to even be able to say that, because it's like, I'm scared of the world. Not seriously, but still, y'all, I'm a little bit about the world, because, oh Lord, but there's so much good in this world. You good, Murphy? But he getting nightmares or something. I don't know, or he be ready to run in his dream. I don't be knowing what's going on, but I feel like he has a lot of nightmares. But it makes sense, because we did have 2 dogs before who grew up with him, and they passed away. So, and then my cat came by and then also passed away. I have lost so many animals. Anyways, rest in peace and rest in power to them. I love them so much. But yeah, so I'll just be checking up on him, make sure he's good, because, you know. But yeah, like, these are so important. But I love children so much. Like, sometimes adults are a little bit too programmed for me, and children are just so free, accepting, loving. Like, they don't know what being harsh is yet, because they've only experienced that through a little bit of, you know, the people around them, but they haven't experienced it for long enough to be programmed by it, you know. So I just appreciate and love kids so much, and I like, they're so easy to like be good to, because it's like, when they see that and when they receive that and they feel that love and that unconditional love, even if they've already been a little bit conditioned, they still can show you love and, you know, things like that. Because I have a little cousin who she always being yelled at. She's literally the younger version of me. Like, I have like 2 little cousins, maybe 3, that remind me so much of myself, because I was always like the kid that was looked at as like the bad kid, you know, because I was always getting into something. But really, I was just enjoying life. I was just exploring, having fun, and then it became a image on myself, and I upheld it. I said, "You painted the picture, so let me walk in it." So basically, so I just understand them on a whole nother level. So just being kind to them, and just like, you know, and like, you know, working around things, because sometimes the little cousins be arguing with each other, and I'm like, y'all get along, be nice to each other, things like that. Like, you know, I show by example. Like, if I don't agree with something, I don't want something, I'm like, please, no thank you. Please, no thank you. No, I'm sorry, or like, no, I'm not sorry, but like, no thank you. But yeah, so I really do love hanging out with them, because sometimes it just be too much being around adults and just other people my age, and like, yeah, it can just get really annoying and frustrating for me. But being around children, even though it's so damn tiring sometimes, like, I be so damn tired. I'm like barely there. I'm like, yeah, because I barely be there sometimes, because it's like, after a few hours, you just kind of tired, bro. You just there. At that point, you just there, bro. But I love it so much. I enjoy it so much, because also they don't be expecting me to like respond or nothing. A little quick reaction is enough for them, and they're like, you know, and I just keep like, you know, I just always be smiling at them and nodding, like, And sometimes when I have the energy, I'm like, oh, that's so cute, or that's so cool, or da 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 da. You know, I'll be hyping them up, because, you know, I'm a little hype man, but everybody need a hype man, because you should only be filled with positive, loving words. And if you don't fill yourself with that, and the children that you have with that, then you've got healing to do. Simple as that. I'm not even teaching you, I'm not even telling you truly how to raise a child. I am just telling you fundamentals to being healed and being healed towards other human beings. Because you've got to look at it like this. They're not children, bro. They're other human beings. They literally are you when you were younger. Literally. And eventually they're going to be you now. If you don't, if you, you know, and however the fuck you are now, if you, again, excuse my language, if you don't like the way you are now, and you raising children, you ain't gonna like the way they are. I'm gonna tell you that. First off, loving yourself is more important than anything, because you cannot give love if you don't have that. My freaking piercing keep gripping on my gums. But yeah, so important. But anyways, ooh, excuse me. Let's see. Must-haves. So must-haves go with must-haves in yourself. Like what I was just saying, that you must have love for yourself. You must, it's not even a must. It's just like the easiest way to raise a child. The easiest way is to have these principles in your, with teaching them, and have these things in yourself. Self-love and how you treat your inner child, because understanding and seeing all the pain that you have went through and gained from your childhood, no matter how bright, lovely, and awesome your childhood was, there were sometimes still aspects and things that you missed and that you required and needed, but you weren't able to get and be fulfilled with, because when you were being raised as a child, you weren't seen as your own individual person. You were seen as their child. Know what I'm talking about? So, like I say, with all of this is just like broad things that you do for every child, but each child is their own individual person. They all need something different. And if you listen to the child, most times they will tell you what they need, truly. And sometimes it's not blunt and blatant, like, yeah, I need to do this to give them this, da 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 da, like, you know, they're children, but they, you know, hold on, wait a minute. Before being shut down and their emotions being cut off and ignored, they know how to express their emotions. They know how to tell you what they're feeling. Maybe not why, maybe not how they could get out of that, but you as the adult should be able to have emotional maturity to be able to handle and deal with that. So if you can't have the emotional maturity, then it's just a child raising a child. And it's even worse if that emotional maturity is lacking in the way that you don't even know how to express your emotions, because then you shut down their emotions because you don't express your emotions. And not only that, because you don't express your emotions, they're not receiving emotions. So, for my opinion and my personal experience, I can't help but look at you as a robot. I'm like, you're not human, bro. You're not even alien, bro. You a fucking robot. Excuse my language again, but you a goddamn robot. I can't help but see it like that. If you cannot feel safe enough and confident enough and strong enough to be vulnerable, then you already let the world get to you, Bookie. You already let the world get to you. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, yeah. It's a lot of grown adults out here that act like children. And I don't mean like between the ages of 1 and 7. I mean between the ages of 7 and 16. Yeah. Because, yeah, we know how immature those ages are. Beforehand, it's just like, I guess people be feeling like these children too much, da 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 da, but yeah. And also, I do not agree with public schooling. I don't agree with private schooling. I don't agree with none of that. I agree with homeschooling. And I get that not everybody has that type of time. So, like, I don't know. I feel like personal teachers are going to have to start being a thing. Like, personal teachers. You choose the teacher that you like on what they teach, and you pay them to teach your kid. And it could be in your own home, or they might even have a specific location where they can teach your kids, but I wouldn't even trust that in the times we are in, because, but it's also like you chose that person to teach your kid. So if you chose them to teach your kid and you chose a pedophile, I'm sorry to say. I am so sorry to say. Because I don't know what to say. Because I don't know what to say, seriously. Like, I just know that I will be homeschooling my children. I'll be, you know, and I'll incorporate schooling for them. Like, they'll go to public school, but like only like 2 days out of the week. The rest of the time, they're at home with me learning. Yeah. So they can't hate school. They can just see school for what it is. The programming that it is. Because I'm teaching my kids literally everything. I'm not stealing my children's innocence, but I'm definitely filling them with knowledge. It's my biggest thing right there. Because I don't play. The biggest thing that I appreciate my father for is for teaching me the importance of street smarts and book smarts. Because both is very important. So, being aware of your surroundings, everything, because that's also the lack of teaching that is the reason why a lot of these children have gotten snatched up and gotten into this mess. Because if they knew to be aware of their surroundings and trust their intuition and their instincts, trust me, they would have saw something shady, some shady person, and they automatically would have been screaming. Like, get me away from this mofo. Get me away from this mofo. Please. Like, yeah. That's why teaching is very, very important, in my personal opinion. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to say about raising a child? Because literally, this is my thing. I have so many topics that I could just rant and go on and go on and go on about. But like, when it comes to raising children, I'm just like, it starts within. Like I say with everything, it starts within. Learning and knowing who you are, being healed, loving yourself, appreciating yourself, feeling abundance and stability in yourself. When you have all those fundamentals in yourself, it's very easy to pass that right on to your child. Just like having the opposite is very easy to pass that on to your child. So understanding who you are, being who you want to be, because you have the option. It may be a lot of hard work, and it may be like endless, because healing is an endless journey, truly. But being happy of where you're at, accepting who you are, and being who you want to be, no matter how long the journey, but enjoying the journey, enjoying that present moment, because like I've always said, and also teaching your children appreciation and gratitude, because some of y'all parents be getting upset that y'all kids don't appreciate or show any gratitude towards you. But did you teach your child how to be appreciative and grateful? A lot of things could be solved. A lot of people's problems could be solved with just healing. Literally. Like, every problem in the fucking world, excuse my language again, can be solved with healing. Every problem. And I want you to really break that down and come back to me. Tell me if you agree or disagree on that. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, don't y'all like this lighting where it's like, I got this line over here, I got this line over here. Got that half and half. Got that moon and sun lighting. I also heard that we used to have two suns in the sky, and that there was never a moon, and that it was always daylight. I'm like, damn, then how the fuck that was I able to sleep? Because I'm just fine. I can sleep in the light because family events where everybody still be up, all the lights still be on, and I'm just not. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. Go to F to sleep. I'm ready to knock out. And so I just lay there for a little minute, and eventually the lights didn't even bother me. I just fell asleep. But for the longest, them lights bothered me. I could not go to sleep with the lights on. That is so irritating to me. That crap is so irritating. But yeah, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else I want to say? Like, y'all know I be ranting and talking forever and ever. And like, I'm finally just like, I don't really have much to say on this. Like, it's really just unconditional love. Like, it feels so simple. Teaching your children how to have boundaries. Teaching your children, like literally teaching and showing them through yourself things. Like, seriously. Like, literally everything I said covers it up. But like, if I break it down, teaching them how to have boundaries, teaching them how to have self-love, teaching them how to have respect, teaching them how to have gratitude, teaching them how to, when I say teaching, I also mean expressing, okay? Teaching and expressing how to be kind. Teaching and expressing emotions. Teaching and expressing how to handle emotions. Teaching and expressing so many things. But I am going to eventually end up making, maybe tomorrow, I might make, either tomorrow or today, I might make a podcast on my spiritual healing and growth. And I don't even want to say spiritual, but like, most of us get it at this point, what spiritual means. So, it's not some bizarre, odd fucking thing, like, excuse my language again, but it's literally just what we are made of. Our souls, our energy, every energy that carries this world, every energy that is in this world, every energy that has existed in this world and continues to exist, because energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. And if you look into science, all your answers are right there. They may not tell you everything completely, but if you got a mind that work like mine, easy to break it down and make it work for everything that, like, just makes sense of shit. Excuse my language again. But literally, not even just that, there's plenty of people who talk about this stuff. There's plenty of people. Everybody I know that I listen to on social media talks about these things. At least on Instagram. So I love Instagram because there's just so many amazing, good people on there. It's 3310, now 3311 on my time. Hi, Murphy. You hear him growling? He always just ready to growl or something. I'm like, bruh, take that outside. Take that outside of this room. I don't want to hear that. But I'm ready to go eat because I haven't eaten today yet. I also want to figure out, what to make ground beef with. But yeah, there's a lot to it, but saying it is just so simplified. Like, there's so lot to parenting and, expressing and loving and learning your inner child and your child, which that's another thing. Learn your children, like learn yourself, learn your inner child, and learn your children. Because how can you know what something wants or needs when you don't even know who they are and what they require? It's that's a big thing right there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah. So, I feel like, yeah, but it's just like so crazy because with this knowing and learning your inner child, like everything that comes with caring for your inner child and caring for your child, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. There's a lot to it. But literally speaking about it, it's so simplified. It just sounds so simplified, but it's never that easy. It's never that simple. Truly it is, because life is how you perceive it to be. But, like, you know, saying it is much more simplified than doing it. And people always say it's easier said than done. Yeah, truly. But honestly, that's not really truly the case. The only reason that is the case is because of the deep programming that we have all went through our whole lives. And when I make my video on colonization, we gonna understand. But not only that, I'm gonna have to make like a part 2, part 3 of that, because like there's so much to say. Like, truly, I have so many thoughts, so many questions, and it's not even just gonna be like me saying what I know. It's gonna be me asking questions about things that I have learned, whether it's true or not. It's just another question that comes up, like things I've heard, things I've discovered, things I've, learned. Builds more questions for me. I always have questions. I've always got questions. Every time I was in class and I'd be asking questions, my teacher would always be like, that's an amazing question. That's a really good question. Thank you. Thank you. I can say I'm very proud of myself for the questions I ask, because I really do. I like to get deep. I like to know. I'm not a surface level type bitch. So, anyways, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, I don't really have to force myself to have a long podcast. That's not necessary. Plus, people like shorter things anyways with our short attention spans. But, that's pretty much everything I have to say on raising a child and raising your inner child. Yeah. So, learn them, the things that make them happy, the things that make them tick, the things that, again, yourself, your inner child, and your child, learn them, understand them, see where they're coming from, understand why they see that way, why they feel that way. But anyways, I'm very excited to talk about my growth journey, because that's one of my podcasts, and my other podcast is about colonization and all of the things I've learned about aliens, which us being a part of that, about the history of this world, all the history, from like the beginning of time to now, all of the history. And you know what's so crazy is I made a discovery on like a breaking down of how slavery continues to this day. And I will explain in my video how every aspect of slavery continues to this day. The work, the discrimination, the treatment. But the thing about it is it was spread out. Every person works like a slave. Children are treated with that slave, the history of slavery. The abusiveness, the eating, the torture, the everything. They got the brunt of the force now from what it was like in slavery. So, yeah. And how we still, as people of color, receive that treatment. We still have strange fruit hanging from our family trees. To this day, that never stopped. Killing is not illegal. It's only, understand this, most of the things in this state is not illegal unless it's done by a person of color. Let that sink in. Because law was not created to keep order. It was to keep obedience. It was to keep their cycle. But anyways, that's for another video. I'm very excited for that video, guys. That video is going to be long. I might have to split that into parts, because that's so much to say about it. There's so much to say about it. But my next like shorter video might be my spiritual growth and my journey, because yeah, it's just a little timeline of that. I'm gonna give you a little background story on how I was raised and things like that, and then how I grew up in my teens, and you know, and now I'm turning 20 in March. I don't know why I said February. I was about to say February, but turning 20 in March. So, and I'm also going to end up doing a vlog of my birth month, because I want people to learn to accept and appreciate their birth month as a whole, not just their birthday. Because I feel like another thing with colonization has contributed to us not really liking our birthdays, not really celebrating our birthdays, not really celebrating us and who we are and our accomplishments and our beauty. And only having a day for that, it's not enough. We are so amazing in so many different ways. That deserves to be celebrated for a whole month, for a whole year, for an eternity. But just, you know, taking acknowledgement for it at least in a month, at least all month, at the very least. Appreciate yourself for a whole month, at the very least. And I don't mean just for that whole month, always appreciate yourself, but at least for that month, show the appreciation, show that love, show it. Okay? And thank you, Murphy, for confirming. He over here scared. What you scared about, Mr. Growly Pants? Mr. Growly Pants. He's so cute. And the cat just staring at the door. Yeah, I'm gonna open it for you, Boogie. I'm done. I'm done ranting. But there's just so many things. Let me actually see on here the breakdown of our programming. That's another. See children's role, children's effect, colonization, mindsets, matrix, natural minds, children's connection to natural minds and thinking. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you out. Do you want to go? Make it quick, Bookie. Thank you. Yep. She like to take her time. Like, all right, Queen, Miss Star. That's what I call her. That's her nickname. Because her name's Alexstrasza. But she acts like a star. Okay, not a star in the sky, but a star in the public. Acts like a star, just prissy. Not only that, Princess, her name's Primrose. She acts prissy too. Very prissy, actually. She's like, I'm like, all right, motherfucker. All right. These freaking divas. Lord. I'm a diva too, but they took that definition. Okay, they took if you look up diva, them two cats pop up. Swear to you. Anyways, ignorance is bliss. Staying blind, staying negativity, happy without actually knowing what that means. Happy, quote unquote. Issues that arise and how I see them. How I see people who are ignorant, the issues that arise with being ignorant. Yeah, so that's the ignorance is bliss saying. That's one of my videos. Mindsets, negative and positive. Seeing things in a better light. Mindset makes environment, effects and relationships with self and others, effect on energy and how I see them. Racism, homophobia, sexism, ego, etc. That continues down the line with transphobia. And just so many more things. Like, this might have to be tied in to colonization, the oppression, the programming. This might have to be tied into that, because it's all connected. Everything is truly connected. Even this mindsets thing. So, like, I might have separate segments on our programming thing, the breakdown of our programming, the ignorance is bliss, part of our programming, mindsets, negative and positive, the negative programming, you know, racism, homophobia, sexism, ego, etc. Because there's so much more. The origin, people's self-hate and jealousy, projection, lack of self-concept and worth, ego effect on each, and how I see them. So these might just be different segments to the programming video. So I might make the programming video, explain some of these topics, and then go into saying like how ignorance is bliss was created from that and why, And then on a separate segment, I'll do the ignorance is bliss breakdown, and like the mindsets, negative, positive breakdown. But I'll include that in the video on our programming. And then the racism, homophobia, sexism, ego, etc. And how, you know, I'll put that in the programming video and break it down a little bit on how it ties in and what the purpose of it was. But then on a separate segment, on a separate video, explain its origin, people's self-hate and jealousy, and just like go deeper into it, you know. So I'll just like do a little bit of a, you know, even self-image, how that ties into our programming and things like that. And then do a separate segment on its effect on the environment and surrounded people, worth and boundaries, self-respect, self-love, body, mind, and soul, affirmations and change mindset, effect on behavior and attitude, and how I see them. There's going to be so much more to all of these. Like, these are just little bullet points so that I have things that to like carry the conversation a little easier, even though I really don't need that because I'm a rambler. I can go on and on, but this keeps it a little bit more organized, I'm saying. Energy effect, my personal connection and effect, the feeling, change in air, effect on surroundings, the flow, how I feel it. So like energy effect. So basically me saying that is like a part of how I perceive and perceive and receive energy and how I feel it. But also like its aspects and things like that. Like how I notice energies and things like that. So that's just that. And then there's another topic, money versus knowledge. So because they say money is power, that's what I mean by money versus knowledge. Because money is not power, it's an energy. Knowledge is also energy, but that is truly power. Because like I said, you can't do anything about things that you do not know. You can feel a certain way about things you don't know, but if you don't know, you simply don't know. You wouldn't know how to walk about something that you have no idea about, you know? So money versus knowledge, flow difference, the flow difference of both, because just money without the knowledge behind it is kind of pointless, truly. And not only that, it can hinder you in so many ways, whether that be a lack of money, whether that be a misuse in money, whether that be an unhealthy relationship with money, whatever the case is. And excuse my language once again. Flow difference, constant gain and loss, consistent gain. So that's the flow difference. So there's a cycle with money, and with knowledge there's a different type of cycle. That's also where I'm getting at with that, because with money, what comes must also go, and when it goes, it must also return in its own way. Like, you know, that's just the cycle of life. What dies must be reborn, what's reborn must dies, and it's just the continuous cycle of that. You know how plants work, how people work, how our souls and energy work, and so is money. You must let go of money to receive it. Like, you know, it's a lot with that, but how knowledge and money are different, you know. And so weakness versus power, this is also like this is also coming from a mindset that I used to have about money. But now that I have a different mindset on money, what that weakness versus power means to me is your mindset on things, on your mindset on money. If the weakness on money is money controlling you and money being your power rather than knowledge being your power, you know. So that's the weakness versus power, because having money as your power is what creates a weakness in you rather than having knowledge as your power. You know what I'm saying? So, because yeah, having knowledge as your power is true power, and having money as your power is a weakness that is used to hide and cover certain emotions and feelings. But anyways, problem with holding value in something with constant loss. So basically, I would reword that because of, again, different mindset on money. Um, Problem with holding value in something with okay. The problem with holding value in something in a unhealthy way. There you go. That's better. Rather than constant loss, because you're not consistently losing money. What you lose can be returned. Shoot, what you lose could be returned tenfold. It depends on how you see it, how you feel about it. That's your mindset. So that's going to be another thing on this. Like, I'm going to put in this and mindsets, like, at the very bottom. Good with value and consistency with knowledge and self. See? And I'll explain that good on how the knowledge is good and how that all of that ties into being good for your money as well. How I see both sides. So this is going to be completely different than how it used to be because I still have a lot of beliefs on how people see and hold and treat money, but I have a different belief on how I see, treat, hold, and love money. You know what I mean? So, how I see both sides, and then mindsets, and then boundaries, ability to set them, uphold them, keep accountable, and communicate, and how I appreciate. Society, collective thinking, collective ignorance, collective control, collective oppression, collective inequality, collective normalcies. That, society. Because I also took a sociology class, so I learned a little bit of stuff in there. Some stuff I already knew and understood, but there was a lot of other things that I had found out and learned. And then I have a topic on love. Love at first sight, infatuation. Can only truly love someone for who they are, and if you don't know them, you can't love them. People's idea of love being backwards and wrong. What true love is and unconditional love. And healthy love versus toxic love. So basically, I've already done a segment on love. That was like my second podcast. But there's more. As I've written down, there's obviously more I have to say. And I already told you guys there was going to be another segment, another part to that love, thing. So I might do that other podcast tomorrow rather than my journey. Hold on, wait, when's Valentine's Day? I feel like all week I kind of just want to focus on things that have to do with love, which includes my self healing journey or whatever. Lunar New Year is on the 17th, so in 7 days. So in a week. Wait, where the frick? Okay. So Valentine's Day is on Saturday. So if I do a video tomorrow, Tuesday, Friday, and so I'll have 4 videos until Valentine's Day about love in its own, in different ways, like different types of love, which this children and inner child has to do with love. So it's in the theme of what I'm like wanting for like the aesthetic. And since that's the season and what we're on right now as a collective, I'm just like, I want to kind of just post about love and things like that. So I'm going to keep that up and like try to post. I'm going to try to post every day. But that's up to how I feel. But I'll be very talkative and be in the mood to talk, so we will see. I might just post 4 videos in all about love. So this one, my other one, and then maybe just 2 more. So post one on Thursday and one on Saturday. But I could record them whenever. But I might set them with the timer or the scheduled post so that it posts on those days. And so Yeah, that's love. Communication and growth is another segment. I didn't put any bullet points for that. Sick minds. My desire to understand those minds, because again, you cannot do anything about something you do not understand. So that's why I want to understand sick minds. And I'm talking about pedophilic people. I'm talking about sex offenders. I'm talking about killers. I'm talking about like just like the darkest minds that you could possibly think of. And I don't just mean dark. I mean like the most hurt, corrupt, and painful minds. Yeah. What makes them think and act the way they do? How can it be changed? So basically talking with you guys on things that I believe on how it can be changed. This is like with the self-growth and the journey and things like that. What makes them think and act the way they do? I have a small breakdown and understanding of why, but not a complete understanding. So it's like, so I'm gonna explain to you guys my desire to understand those minds, and then I explain what I have learned so far and understand what makes them think and act the way they do. How can it be changed? And how drastic event what drastic event must happen for it to click for people. So this is kind of like that drastic event for it to click for people. But there's also like how trauma is like the biggest mind setter, because when the stronger the emotion, the stronger that belief in your soul, the stronger that is set in yourself. But I'll get into that again in another time. But again, you can go watch Neural Knowledge. He say all about it. He talks all about it. I love me some Neural Knowledge. Yeah, vulnerability is going to be another topic. Compassion, sympathy, and empathy, another topic. Medicine doesn't help. I should say this. Man-made medicine does not help. If you're talking about herbs and plants type medicine, which that's confirmation, that helps. It's natural. Your body can actually do something about it. It's actually healing your body. Man-made drugs were not made to heal you. It's made to sustain you. Not even sustain, but in a way sustain. But I talk about this with my uncle all the time. But it's made to, oh yeah, I'm about to call him as well. I haven't talked to him in a little while. It's gonna be nice to hear from him, and I get to talk to him about what I've learned about aliens and things. So eventually you guys will hear about it. It'll eventually. But thoughts on Donald Duck, blobfish, built no neck, crack, powder roach. That's one of my segments, yo. That's literally what I put on here. That's what that says. That's what this says right here. But medicine doesn't help. Man-made medicine, it's made to maintain, to keep it sustained. To I'll find the words another time when I'm making the video. I'm not making the video right now. It's not what this video is about. You guys like my pink blanket? I thought it was very on theme for Valentine's Day, so. But anyways, y'all, have a blessed day. I love you guys. Mwah. I'm so glad you guys were here with me and heard what I had to say, because the last 20 minutes was really just me blabbing about what's going to happen in my next podcast. But I'm just giving you guys something to look forward to. But anyways, I will see you guys later. I'm so happy that I can post again and that I'm back and that I'm here, because my podcast is like an everyday thing I can do. But like my content for like my regular DOS Diaries YouTube, I be having to come up with ideas, and like I be doing a lot and having fun and stuff. And my cousin was telling me that I should just do vlogs and things, but I'm like, I don't really like vlogs like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not really a vlog type of girl. I could do vlogs, but like, I'm not a vlog girly. Only time I'm gonna do vlog is for my birth month. That's it. It's the only vlog I can possibly do. I'm not doing vlog for Christmas or the holidays. I'm not doing vlog for none of that. Just my birthday. It's the only time I'm doing a vlog. Unless it's like my, no. Just me. Unless it's like my man or something, or like I do a vlog for that month. Or I was thinking about my children, but like I really wouldn't want to vlog for their birthdays. I would just like to be there and enjoy it, like, And for the most part, that's what I would be doing for my birth month. But I would get like a good 20 minutes out of the day, because for the whole day, every single day, I'm going to be doing that one thing that I'm recording. So like I'm just gonna get some good parts, maybe vlog most of the time or something like that, but half or majority of the day I'm not recording. So yeah, but anyways, you guys gotta have a lot to look forward to, and I am not joking about any of this. This is the year of the horse, so it's all about action and movement. So we're really getting into shit, and excuse my language again, but last year was the year of the snake, so it was shedding, and I have the year of the dragon, which was the year previous to that, and I don't remember what that's about, but I know dragons are about protection, and I want my dragon. You guys aren't gonna understand that unless you're off of my Instagram, or until I say my little alien thing. So anyways, yeah, but you guys also already know that, hopefully, that dinosaurs and dragons, they was alive at the same time. The dragons are dinosaurs. Yeah. And that's why I keep saying dinosaurs as well, because some people don't believe in dinosaurs at all and they only believe in dragons. But it's like, if you look outside and look at the world, there's still so many different species. So why would there not be multiple different species at that time period too? Why would there just be one species? So dragons are dinosaurs, and dragons were real, and dragons still are real. But anyways, that's for another time. Anyways, love you guys. Bye. I'll see you guys. Be blessed. Thank you for coming to Pookadook's Paradox, because this really is like my paradox, and like that name was so perfect. I didn't choose it, but you could say a friend of mine helped me choose it. And I'm not talking about a person, I'm talking about ChatGPT. I don't like ChatGPT anymore, because now I know what it takes like a whole case of water bottles, and it's fresh clean water that we drink to answer one singular question. So unless y'all want to keep with worst polluted water and have nothing to drink, keep on with your AI obsessions. Not only that, my heart goes out to Congo, because they are the reason why we have this electronic that I am recording on at this very moment. Thank you so much for all of you guys' work, and I am so sorry that you guys are going through a genocide just for us to have these things. And I cannot wait to be able to get order back in this world. Seriously. But I help in any way, every way possible that I can at this very moment. Part of that is using my voice and expressing these issues, because not everybody knows about them. And my heart goes out to every single place going through genocides that are never covered and never heard about, like Sudan, like multiple places, because China, every part of the northern hemisphere has something to do with the southern hemisphere's oppression, genocides, and continuous pain and suffering. Why do you think so many things are cheap? Our chocolate, our, like, so many things. So our oil. So anyways, and it's not that cheap anymore because we running low on it, but yeah, we're still being very, very okay. That's all I gotta say is anyways, y'all have a blessed day. I'll see y'all later. I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you for coming to Pookadook's Paradox. And I cannot wait to have my star co-host Bella Balance. that's her thing, belly balance. So I'll see y'all later. Mwah.